Hello and welcome to Louise Singleton Creations. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made my super glittery base coats of paint shine right through my resin for a fantastic effect. I'm also going to be doing some swiping, which created some lovely lacing and super cells. Sit back and enjoy. So here are the pigments I've used for today's piece, all mixed in with art resin. There is also a few drops of Resin Blast in the green and the blue russet. So for my swiping today I'm using Yupo paper, which is a non-porous plasticky kind of sheet. It works really well, and I've cut it up into small squares and attached bulldog clips to them, and it just helps me to pick it up to do the swiping. I just really like to use the bulldog clips. You don't have to use Yupo paper, you could use acetate sheets, you could use parchment paper. Anything that you've got really that's non-porous, because you don't want it to be soaking up your resin. So this is the glittery spray I was talking about. It's rose gold Rust-Oleum spray, and it's really glittery, and I just sprayed my MDF board with it, and then as you can see here, I've put clear resin over part of my board so that that lovely glittery base coat sparkles through. And you'll see, you can't really tell in this part, but you'll see at the end when the sun's shining through it how well having that glittery base coat really works. At this point I decided to pause for a little while and just cover the edges with some resin. I think sometimes you need to just pause and stop yourself, because you can really get carried away and just go way too far with the resin, and then it ends up being really overworked. And I'm almost at that stage now, I think, possibly past that stage. I do tend to go a little bit too far, so it's always good to just do something else for a moment, look at it with fresh eyes, and then carry on. At this point I must have thought I'd finished because I took my gloves off, but I don't know about you, but whenever you take your gloves off, that's when you see a load of things you still need to do to your work, and you end up carrying on without your gloves. It happens every time. I suppose you could, if you ever got stuck and thought, oh, I don't know what to do now, best thing to do is take your gloves off, because all of a sudden you see loads of things when your gloves are off. So yeah, I got sticky fingers. Right, so here we have it the next day, and the sun came out just as I started filming, so we've got some shadows on this, but I kind of like it. But the reason I like the fact that I've filmed it in the sun is it's really shining on the glitter, and you can really see that glitter that's on the base coat. Do you see it sparkling through? I really like it because glitter's nice, but if you put it into your resin, it can kind of be a bit too close to the surface, and it can take over, and I prefer the glitter to have a much more subtle effects than that. So I like it in the base coat, and you can just see through here, through the colour, even with colour on top, you've got that gentle bit of glitter just shimmering through. There is a link to take you directly to that spray paint in the description, so if you're wanting to buy some for yourself, just follow the link and you'll see. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this kind of thing, you might also like this video here, which is where I use iron filings and magnets to create really fantastic textured effects in my resin. Or maybe you'll like this one, where I use resin to make lampshades.